Hello, hello. What's going on? Hey, do me a favor. Please share this video. Share this video. I want to talk about who are they protecting? Who are they protecting? I would like to say that they're protecting us, but that's not the case. They're not protecting us. They're doing just the opposite. They're not looking out for the American people. They're not looking out to protect us. They're not looking out to protect you. And they're not even shy about it any longer. They're not even hiding it. They're not even concerned about any of it. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. If you would, please bless me by hitting that thumbs up. Share this video. Get it out there. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to show some stuff to you about Pete Hegseth. And now the Democrats are actually calling for Pete Hegseth to be impeached. This guy that wasn't even born here in America is actually calling for Pete Hegseth to be impeached, to be removed. I'm like, why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? And if you ask me, as I mentioned multiple times before, I think they're doing this is because it has everything to do about the money. Has everything to do about money. Let me remind y'all, you remember when President Trump and Doge decided to go ahead and do something about USAID? And then the Democrats, what did they do? They showed up to the building of USAID and said, you can't do this. You can't do this. You can't shut this down. And it's not because they cared, because the Democrats don't care. They did it because the funding, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. So if you would, please bless me by sharing the video, hit the thumbs up, no matter how you're watching this. I'm going to share it really quick myself. So join me. I am live. And follow my page, please. I have to share it on my other Facebook page because they took their monetization away. But the page that I'm actually live on, people can bless me with stars if you so choose. So, okay, if you do. And we're live on YouTube. What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Please hit that thumbs up for me. We're live on Rumble. Please hit the thumbs up for me. And we're live on pill.net. And we're even live on X. If you would, please bless me by hitting that thumbs up. Hit the go button. Please do it for me. Please, please, please. Okay, let's get into some of this. I want to, because a lot of people will watch this on the replay. So I want to share with you how the Democrats are trying to paint this picture that Pete Hegseth has done something wrong. That's the whole point here. That's what they're trying to get at. Pete Hegseth, he's done something wrong. He should be tried as a war criminal. He committed war crimes. And then, of course, Pete Hegseth, he put it out there that the admiral gave the order for the second strike. And they're all saying that Pete Hegseth, he's the one that did it. He needs to go down. And come to find out, the admiral gave the order for the second strike. He doesn't need Pete Hegseth's position. Pete Hegseth is standing with him. Pete Hegseth is standing with him on this. He said, nope, he gave the right order. And thank you so much for having a Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, for doing that very thing, standing with the men and women in the military. See, the Democrats are used to throwing somebody under the bus, when you do something you don't like. That's what they're accustomed to. And we're kind of hoping that the admiral would have thrown Pete Hegseth under the bus, or Pete Hegseth, because they tried to make it look like that Pete Hegseth threw the admiral under the bus, and come to find out, no, the admiral did his job. He removed the threat. Now, this second strike, what they keep referring to, the second strike, they keep going on the second strike. Let me show you what was being said about this second strike. And this is what the Democrats don't want you to know. This is what they don't want you to hear. They brought this young man over here with the one with the yellow tie. They brought him on here. Oh, that way. They brought him on, the guy with the yellow tie. They brought him on, and then they were expecting him to just say, oh, yeah, Pete Hegseth is in the wrong. They need to release the second footage. Now, the way he explains it makes complete sense to me. And I'm just wondering, does it make sense to you? Listen to what he says.
The American people be able to see this footage in order to draw their own conclusions about what happened?
You see, right there, I'm so sorry. I have to stop it just for 1 second. Because did you catch what he said? Did you catch what he said? So the people can come to their own conclusions. See, the Demoncrats, they want to take it and be like, oh, this is what they did. Look what they did. And it's like nothing what it is, but they just want to get it and lie. They're already lying without even seeing the video. They're already lying. It was shipwrecked. It was shipwrecked. Oh my goodness. When I first heard them say that this was shipwrecked and it was 2 innocent civilians, they were just clinging to the shipwrecked boat and they took it out. Shipwreck? I mean, when did this become an episode of Giggling's Island? I don't know why I can't say it. Why did it become an episode of Giggling's Island? Yeah, y'all remember that show? It was an old show a long time ago. Giggling's Island. I don't know why. They keep saying it's shipwreck. Okay, I'm not going to stop it this time. I'm going to take it back because I want y'all to hear how he responds to him. This is so good.
The footage of this second strike, shouldn't the American people be able to see this footage in order to draw their own conclusions about what happened?
Well, I trust the president's judgment. If he doesn't think we need to see it, if he thinks it can be classified and should just be limited to intel briefings, then I support that. That's why they send us up here to look out for the interests of the American people. That's why we classify some information, and I support whatever decision gets made there.
What do you think changed from early on when both the president and Secretary Hegseth were open to releasing this information and then shifted? Why not just show it to the American people the way they have so many of these other strikes?
I don't know, because I haven't watched it. But look, I think probably is because it's being politicized. Democrats have chosen to stand with drug dealers. Make no mistake, they're not blowing up pleasure cruises or fishing boats. They're blowing up people whose goal is to addict and kill Americans.
Are you hearing this? That's why I titled this, Who Are They Protecting? That's what I want to know. Who are they protecting? I mean, CNN, MSDNC, ABC, CBS, all of them. The Demoncrats on Capitol Hill, both the House and the Senate, the Democrats all throughout the country. Who are they protecting? Are they trying to protect the American people, or are they protecting the narco-terrorists? Who are they protecting? And you can hear the guy, shouldn't we all see the footage so we can come to our own conclusion? I played a clip last week with Joe Biden in 1989, where Joe Biden was talking about the narco-terrorists bringing these drugs from across the pond on the water, like you see right there. Joe Biden in 1989, not 1998, not 1999, not even 2009, not even 2013, but 1989, Joe Biden, when he was in the Senate, he was talking about the narco-terrorists bringing drugs across the pond. 1989, people. And as soon as you're bringing that up to these liberals, they've been like, oh my, what are you talking about? 1989. Oh, Joe Biden, what? Joe Biden, what? Joe Biden, what? It's like, oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. 1989, they knew about them bringing over the drugs on the boats during that time, the narco-terrorists. It hadn't changed. They've been doing it. It's been like an ongoing thing. And come to find out, I saw this video and I meant to get it. And I apologize. I meant to get this video where this guy, this young man, was talking about the reason why they're so upset about them taking out these boats. Why are they protecting these narco-terrorists, bringing narcotics into the United States of America? Why are they protecting them? See, it has nothing to do about the narcotics. It has everything to do about the money. It's all about the money. See, the Democrats don't care about anything if they're not going to benefit from it. They don't care about it. But if they're going to benefit from it and it's all about that money, they'll fight for it. USAID, USAID. Y'all remember? President Trump, he found the cash cow. the way that all these globalists, the deep state, all of them have been making money all of this time. President Trump is cutting it off. This is the reason why they're saying, oh my goodness, we need to get the world community to go after President Trump and Hegseth to stop them. Who are they protecting? Please share this video. Share the video. Hit the thumbs up. Share the video. Copy the link no matter how you're watching this and put it on other platforms. Please bless me by doing so. Please.
By running drugs into this country. That's something that we used to all support, which is fighting the importation of fentanyl and cocaine into this country. And maybe it's because of the politicization that the president and others have taken that approach.
There is a legal process for adjudicating drug traffickers, Congressman. We've learned since news of this second strike came out that there have been very different outcomes for survivors of these strikes. Some were, as you know, targeted more than once. One person was apparently left to die in the ocean. 2 were actually picked up and sent back to their home countries. What do you think the protocol should be for handling the survivors of these strikes?
I've got to be honest with you, I don't really care what happens to drug dealers and drug runners. I'm worried about the American people whose families are being savaged by these drugs. Whatever happens to them, happens to them. I don't care. They know what they're getting into, and I support the president in doing everything possible to stop it.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Should we care? Oh, my goodness. They're bringing these narcotics here to the United States of America. And how many people in the United States of America lose their lives every single year because they bring in these narcotics here? How many? How many? How many? Thousands. Oh, but that's not the concern. Who are they protecting? Who are they protecting? Help me out here. Who are they protecting? Are they protecting the American people? Are they protecting the narco-terrorists? And it makes me think about something else. Because they're going all out saying, oh my goodness, these narco-terrorists. Of course, they don't call them narco-terrorists. But these guys, these 2 guys in the boat and they're clinging to wood, trying to survive. Shipwreck. It was shipwreck. Right? You hear them, this is what they say. This is what they say. It was shipwreck. It was shipwreck. And they're kicking and screaming for not only them, but they're kicking and screaming for MS-13. Remember the Maryland dad? The guy that was caught trafficking people into the country, and he is in a gang. Okay? He's a gang member. The only reason why they allowed him to stay here because they said the rival gang was trying to get him. They said, okay, you can stay. You can stay. Don't worry about it. We got you. We got you. You can stay. You can stay. And I'm like, really? That's who they're protecting. That's who they're fighting for. They're not fighting for you, me, the American people. They're doing just the opposite. They can care less about us. Because if they actually cared about us, Lake and Raleigh would still be alive today. Joe Biden and the Democrats opened up the floodgates and look what happened. And now they're all upset. Because ICE is out there apprehending these people that Joe Biden and the Democrats let into the country, their base. Some of these Democrats right now are saying that the illegals that are in the United States of America, that's their constituents. Have you heard them say that? Oh, my goodness. It blows my mind. They even show up to some of these ICE facilities saying that I'm here checking on the status of my constituents. What? Shouldn't that be automatic removal? I mean, me personally, I think it is because are they encouraging people that's not legally here to vote? I mean, that's what it sounds like to me, calling them their constituents. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And as I was mentioning a second ago, and we're talking about USAID and talking about all the fraud and all the money that the Democrats have been pulling into United States of America from all the fraud stuff that they've been doing. The Democrat Party runs on fraudulent activity. If there's a program, anything that they're fighting for, you can best believe, without even seeing the books, this is my personal opinion, I have to say that allegedly, but you can best believe that they're making some money from it, one way or another. They're making some money from it. I wanted to show y'all this. Look, listen to this young lady.
For over a decade, I've been exposing egregious Washington waste with my monthly Squeal Awards. Some examples are too outrageous to believe. I'm talking about bureaucrats approving PPP loans for applicants who used pictures of dolls for IDs.
Wow.
Imagine giving Barbie or Ken a taxpayer-funded loan. Not only that, but they also believe folks claiming to be over 115 years old were alive and well enough to be approved for 3,095 PPP and EIDL loans worth $333 million, including $36,000 to a 157-year-old. That's pure hogwash. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. Instead of boosting Main Street, millions of your tax dollars were wasted through USAID to fund Iraqi Sesame Street. And this one is unacceptable. Improper payments or the government tossing cash into the wrong trough have become commonplace. In fiscal year 2024, federal agencies shoveled out $162 billion in improper payments. The most frustrating part is how simple it is to stop this waste. A report by the Pandemic Response Accountability Committee found that $79 billion in potential COVID fraud could have been prevented if 4 basic questions were asked. 1, is the applicant's Social Security number valid? 2, if valid, does the name connected to that number match the name on the application? 3, does the birthday match? And lastly, is the individual alive? Seriously, folks, that could have saved $79 billion right there. The good news is that we can prevent nearly all improper payments in the future with my DOGE in Spending Act that enacts common sense guardrails like those 4 simple questions.
Those 4 simple questions. But the Democrats wanted to avoid those questions at all costs. Why? Why would they want to avoid that? Why would they want to allow the fraud to continue? And see, all of this is connected. I just want to play that to prove the point here. All of this is connected. Now, talking about Pete Hegseth, the Democrats are saying that Pete Hegseth is a war criminal. He committed a war crime and that he should be tried even. They want him arrested. They want him removed from office. They want him removed from the Pentagon, never be able to set foot back in there again. This is what they want. And they all kept saying that he called for the second strike, which is not illegal if he did. And he straight up said, no, I didn't do it, which is not illegal. Hey, before I play this next clip, I want to say thank you really quick. Say thank you to Carport Carl. Carport Carl. Thank you so much for that super chat on YouTube. I'm going to do some beautiful balloons for you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. So when I see it and someone bless me, I'm going to put some balloons up there for you. Y'all like those balloons? Y'all like those balloons? So thank you so much for that. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay. Listen to Caroline Leavitt as she lays out the facts about this second strike and that it was completely lawful. Completely.
I have a statement to read for you here. President Trump and Secretary Hegseth have made it clear that presidentially designated narco-terrorist groups are subject to lethal targeting in accordance with the laws of war. With respect to the strikes in question on September 2nd, Secretary Hegseth authorized Admiral Bradley to conduct these kinetic strikes. Admiral Bradley worked well within his authority and the law, directing the engagement to ensure the boat was destroyed and the threat to the United States of America was eliminated.
So he was completely in his right to do so. And the Democrats, who are they protecting? I'm straight up. Who are they protecting? Y'all want to let me know in the chat? Who are they protecting? Are they out to protect the American people? Should they be out to protect the American people? That's my thinking. It should be the American people that should be top priority. If you ask me, it's the American people that both Republicans and Democrats should be protecting. But the Democrats don't do that. They're not protecting us. They don't care about us. Didn't they try to, if I'm not mistaken, the Republicans came up with the Laken-Riley law and the Democrats were against it. Why would they be against that? Because they're not trying to protect the American people. That's why. They're not trying to protect us. And of course, you have the radical left. Here's Lawrence O'Donnell. President Trump lied. He lied. We want to see the video footage. We want to see the shipwrecked. We want to see these two innocent survivors. We want to see them. We want to provide aid to them. They don't want to provide no aid to the American people. And listen to them. Just like clockwork, no matter what, in their world, President Trump lies.
Well, today, of course, first, he lied. That was Donald Trump's very first choice today when confronted with his own words from as long ago as last week about releasing the video of the second missile strike on what was left of a tiny open boat.
Oh, it was just a tiny open boat. Just a tiny open boat. Just a tiny one.
In the Caribbean, more than 1,500 miles away from the United States.
All that's important. 1,500 miles away, 2,000 miles. All that's really important. Okay, because it's that far away from America. It's that far away. And I don't know if that's even true. If he could be making it up for all I know. Probably is.
Second missile fired at two men clinging to what was left of the wreckage of that small boat.
Oh, the wreckage of this small boat. See, he didn't say shipwreck. Now, that's been one of the ongoing things that they've been saying, and I guess a lot of people may have been calling them out. I really haven't heard too many people talking about him saying the shipwreck. But nonetheless, they're saying shipwreck. And I saw this picture on here, and I just want to share it with you. Is that the boat there? Is that it there? It's shipwreck. See, when they say shipwreck or the boat was wrecked, this is my thinking. This would come to my mind. Something like this, not when the military is taking the boat out, but something like this. And they're saying this is the vision. This is the visual that they're trying to have people think when they talk about these two guys, these two narco-terrorists. It was just shipwreck. And they had SOS on the beach. They probably said, help us. They were waving their hands. Hey, 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 hey. And then they took them out. See, that's the perception that they want people to have. That's the perception that they want people to have. And then you have this dude here. He's calling for impeachment of Pete Hegseth. Why? Because the money. I'm telling you, it has to do everything about the money.
Hello, this is Congressman Shri Thanidar. Today, I introduced articles to impeach Secretary Pete Hegseth for murder and conspiracy to murder and reckless and unlawful mishandling of classified information.
Wow.
Since day one, Secretary Hegseth has disgraced that once proud office that he holds.
Y'all see it? Y'all
from
hearing
issuing
this?
orders to kill everybody on board a small boat with no evidence of any wrongdoing, to launching a follow-up strike to finish off survivors who barely clinging onto their life.
Who are they protecting? Who are they protecting? I don't ever, in my entire life, ever recall Democrats being so concerned about American lives. I don't ever recall it. Now, they'll go out and they'll say a couple things here and there, trying to act like it, but no, I don't ever recall Democrats going to the extent of trying to impeach somebody because somebody that is an American citizen lost their lives. Did they try to impeach somebody when Laken-Riley lost her life? It's a legit question. Did they? Where was it? Where was the outcry then? And it's not just Lake and Raleigh. It's been countless others, and they say nothing. Are you kidding me? But he wants to come out here. He's not even. I don't even know how he got in that position, to be honest with you. I'm like, maybe I should run. I mean, because if they're letting people like this dude in there, I mean, why not? I mean, if he's going to be in there, maybe I should join too, right? I think I could do a lot better. It's just sickening to see this happening to our country. These people are spending all this time trying to go after Pete Hegseth, President Trump, not because they're doing the wrong thing, but because they're doing the right thing. That's the reason why they're going after him.
His actions are not just reprehensible, but illegal as well.
Oh, wow.
Former military attorneys have come out and asserted that
Former. You hear that? Former military attorneys. These woke generals or woke attorneys that are no longer in the military and probably had to leave because they could no longer wear a dress being men.
His actions have risen to the level of war crimes.
You hear this?
He also put the lives of our own troops in danger by leaking classified.
So here he goes on about the signal gate. I'm not going to continue with him on that. I'm tired of hearing because he's just making a bunch of malarkey, a bunch of BS. Now, I want y'all to listen to what Pete Hegseth had to say. What he had to say when he was in the cabinet meeting with President Trump. For those of you that missed it, he straight up talked about what took place. And they're all trying to say that he gave the order. Here it is where he's saying that he didn't give the order. I played the clip earlier where Caroline Leavitt showed the fact. She has the receipts showing where he did not give the order. The admiral gave the order, and he actually said it here. So Pete Hegseth didn't lie. President Trump didn't lie, but they all want to say it.
I watched that first strike live. As you can imagine, at the Department of War, we got a lot of things to do. So I didn't stick around for the hour and 2 hours, whatever, where all the sensitive site exploitation digitally occurs. So I moved on to my next meeting. A couple of hours later, I learned that that commander had made which he had the complete authority to do. And by the way, Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat. He sunk the boat, and eliminated the threat. And it was the right call. We have his back, and the American people are safer because narco-terrorists know you can't bring drugs through the water and eventually on land if necessary to the American people. We will eliminate that threat, and we're proud to do it.
So you didn't see any survivors, to be clear, after that?
You hear that?
I did not personally see survivors, but I stand, because the thing was on fire. It was exploded and fire and smoke. You can't see anything. You got digital. This is called the fog of war.
So you didn't see any survivors? You didn't see the two survivors in the water? You didn't see them in the water? Now listen to him on here. Listen to him on here. Because they go like, well, you know, if we're going to take out narco-terrorists, like he goes, well, who would be actually against that? Who are they protecting?
You know, I live in a political world, and a lot of folks, if you just tell them, you know, the president is killing narco-terrorists in the Caribbean, you know, reasonably enough, they'll say, you know, a lot of Americans die because of overdoses, and, you know, they might. Right. Now watch how he flips it. Watch how he flips it. Someone probably said, no. Watch, listen. They might say, okay, I'm supportive of that, right? But what you need to do is you need to see two terrified men clinging to. That's what you need to see. You need to see that two narco-terrorists, but you don't need to see them as narco-terrorists trying to bring narcotics into the United States of America. You need to see them as two terrified men. That's what you need to see. You need to see two terrified men. Forget what you know. See the two terrified men. The wreckage of a ship. And these men are not, this is not Pablo Escobar out there on a boat. You know, these are guys that probably didn't have a lot of economic opportunity, made a terrible decision to participate in the drug trade. Oh, they had made a terrible economic decision, and, you know, they decided to go into the boat trade, the drug trade. I mean, really? So you're going to make an excuse? Oh, but you just need to look at them as two terrified men. That's all. Two terrified men that happen to be trafficking drugs to the country.
Again, when Joe Biden in 1989 was talking about them bringing narcotics the same way that they're bringing them today, or the way they were, thanks to President Trump, has come to an end. None of them said anything about it. They knew it was happening. They knew it. Again, Joe Biden talked about it in 1989. They all known about it for years, decades. They've known about it. And President Trump cut it off. He's cutting off the cash flow. Why are they protecting them? Shouldn't the objective here be to protect the American people? I mean, seriously. That's my thinking. Protect the American people. Here's another one. Listen to how they talk about it on here.
Pressure is growing on the administration to release the unedited video of the first strike on the alleged drug boat off the coast of Venezuela. Several Republicans are joining Democrats calling on its release. Trump has said it's up to Hegseth to decide whether to release it. This is a reversal of sorts. He first said it should be made public. What did Hegseth tell you in the briefing? Are you confident that he will release this as so many in Congress want him to?
Well, I think what we have to do is understand first, I don't think we should release the unedited video. And that is to say that there are some sources and methods that, well, because I'm going to explain that. Because of sources and methods, what the trained eye can detect from these videos may reveal sources and methods that would imperil those troops that are undertaking this action. So they have to make sure that what they do release passes the standards of classification review that don't reveal sources and methods that could imperil those actions and those individuals carrying out those orders.
Okay.
So can we, produce a video and release that to folks that satisfy their curiosity about the legality of those strikes? Probably so, but it's not going to happen overnight without a thorough review that protects sources and methods.
That's not what she wanted to hear. That's not what she wanted to hear at all. At all. You can hear her wanting to cut him off. Okay. Stop talking. We got people that we want to keep brainwashed watching. Hey, let me say thank you to Nancy for the Facebook stars. We'll get some beautiful balloons for you. Is that cool? Y'all like the balloons? Thank you so much. So every time I see one, I'm going to throw some beautiful balloons up there for you. Okay? I thought it was pretty cool. There's some other ones like confetti, but I thought the balloons were somewhat, one way to say thank you, that I appreciate you. Please also hit the thumbs up on the video right now. Share it out. Get it out there. I want to share something else. And look, it's so much information about this, about them trying to paint this brush that President Trump, Pete Hegseth, the United States of America is in the wrong. This is what they want people to believe. The United States of America is in the wrong here. Not the narco-terrorists. They're just fishermen. Some of them say, well, how do you know that's what's in the boat? How do you know what's in the boat? Even though they know that's how they've been bringing the drugs into the country for decades. They already know this. How do you know that's in the boat? Maybe it's toys for tots. Because, Christmas is right around the corner. Maybe it's toys for tots. That's what they have in the boat. Yeah, they have a boat with 6 motors on it, speeding across the water there, zigzagging, thinking that they're going to avoid the military bringing toys for tots. Is that what it is? I bet you the Democrats would love for us to think that. They really would. So Caroline Leavitt, this was the other day when she was in a press conference and they were asking her about the second strike, and the press, they only have one goal. Their goal is to try to remove President Trump, make President Trump look bad. And they're doing all of this because they're trying to build a case for impeachment against President Trump. If the pendulum swings, if the Democrats take the House and the Senate, their first agenda is impeachment. They're not going to even swear. They're not going to waste any time swearing anybody in, get them all in there the same day. So the very next day, impeachment. There's nothing there, but that's what they're going to do.
Andrew, go ahead. Sure.
First on the Venezuela strike, you said that second strike was in full accordance with the law of armed conflict, but the Navy's own manual of law of war says that specifically firing on survivors from a wrecked vessel is an example of a war crime that's forbidden under U.S. law and the law of armed conflict. So was that second strike in following law of armed conflict and then second on immigration?
Again, Andrew, I would reiterate to you the strike was conducted in international waters and in accordance with the law of armed conflict. And since somebody asked about Congress, and it's sort of related to Venezuela, I also want to add that Secretary Hegseth spoke with members of Congress who may have expressed some concerns over the weekend. And there have also been 13 bipartisan briefings to Congress on the Venezuelan strikes. There have been a number of document reviews for members of Congress to review the classified DOJ Office of Legal Counsel opinion and other related documents. 29 senators and 92 representatives have reviewed those documents, which is about 2/3 of those are Democrat members, and they have been made available to all 100 senators, all 435 members of the House, and to general counsels of the relevant committees on a bipartisan basis for their review.
You hear that? So they receive all this information and they still don't care because that's not what they want to hear. The press has been getting all the same information that I just shared with you. They all know this, but they all want to paint this narrative that President Trump has done something wrong and that he needs to pay the price for what he has done, when he has done nothing but protect the American people. That's all that he's done. But again, they don't care. That's not the thing that they want to pay attention to. How do you get Trump? How do you get Trump? That's all that they care about. Nothing else matters. Absolutely nothing else matters when it comes to them. And of course, they go out and they want to find every single Democrat that will stand with them. The Democrats go out and they want to find every single Republican, Rhino Republican that will stand with them so they can turn around and say, oh, it's bipartisan. Bipartisan, they want to release the video. Bipartisan. So they find someone like Rand Paul, which Rand Paul should apologize because he said that Pete Hegseth committed a war crime by ordering the second strike. And come to find out, Pete Hegseth did not order the second strike. And come to find out, it wasn't unlawful for the second strike to happen. We're talking about narco-terrorists. Narco-terrorists, they don't fall under the Geneva Convention. They don't. They've been designated. But the Democrats are wanting to protect them. Why are they protecting them? And of course, like I said, when I first started, they're not the only ones they're trying to protect. Not at all. They're trying to protect so many terrorists. It doesn't matter where they are. So many of them. Buzzy181 on YouTube. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much. There's some beautiful balloons for you, sir. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, I want y'all to listen to Tom Cotton. Because see, Tom Cotton, he's not falling for it either. He's not doing it. And these are just scratching the surface about all of the information you can find on this. I just want to share this because the left, they keep drilling it like, oh my goodness, they did wrong. They did wrong. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
They were not distressed. One guy took his T-shirt off like he was sunbathing. They were trying to get the boat back up and to continue their mission of spreading these drugs all across America.
Did they get the boat back up?
That's what they were doing, and that's why Admiral Bradley ordered the second.
You hear that? Did they get the boat back up? Because if they got the boat back up and they were trying to ask for help, oh, you got to save them. You got to save them. Who are they protecting? Is it the American people that they're trying to protect? Did they get the boat back up? And I love his response. Let me take it back so you can hear him again.
Up and to continue their mission of spreading these drugs all across America.
Did they get the boat back up?
That's what they were doing, and that's why Admiral Bradley ordered the second strike. Well, no, they didn't, because we killed them, and we were right to kill them, and Admiral Bradley was totally justified in a decision he made. A decision, by the way, that was broadcast on multiple secure screens at the Pentagon in Fort Bragg, and that hundreds of people watched in real time with probably dozens of JAG lawyers.
That's not what he wanted to hear, that they get the boat back up. Just to get the boy back up and waving to the military. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, help us get these packages back on the boat so we can make it to the USA. Hey, really? So the guy that was trying to impeach, that wants to impeach Pete Hegseth, completely idiot. He tries to drill Kristi Noem. And Kristi Noem has a beautiful mic drop moment on him. And I think it just went over his head.
And the American people demand the truth.
Because you keep saying it doesn't make it true.
I am sick of your lies. The American people are sick of these lies. American people demand truth.
America is very happy that finally they have a president in the White House that gets up every day to keep them safe.
Thank you.
Madam Secretary, your incompetence and your inability to truthfully carry out your duties of Secretary of Homeland Security. If you're not fired, will you resign?
Sir, I will consider your asking me to resign as an endorsement of my work. Thank you very much.
Mic drop. Mic drop. He go, I yield. He didn't know how to respond to that. I do love a strong woman. I mean, really. He didn't know how to respond to it. Trying to get her to resign? Really? Resign for what? Because she's doing a phenomenal job? For what? Who are they protecting? Who are they protecting? Are they protecting the American people? Who are they protecting? One last one before I get out of here. And if you hadn't already, please bless me by hitting the thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up because it really makes a difference on the algorithm. Please hit the thumbs up. Listen to President Trump here because, of course, the Communist News Network, not caring about the American people, they're advocating for these narco-terrorists. And President Trump said, I thought we were done with this. Y'all still supporting the terror. He doesn't say this. Y'all still fighting for the terrorists because that's what they're doing. They're more concerned about the narco-terrorists than they are about the American people. And then when they act like they're talking about the American people, they don't care.
Has Secretary Hegseth told you why he hasn't released the video of the second strike?
We need the video of the second strike so we can critique it and say everybody, oh, look what they did. Look what they did. It was wrong. It was wrong. They took out our cash flow. I wish they would just go ahead and say that. Watch President Trump's response.
No, he hasn't told me. I thought that issue was dead. You're surprised you bring it up. You must be CNN.
Lawmakers are still talking about it on the Hill.
Are you CNN?
I am with CNN.
Oh, gee, I'm shocked to find out.
But lawmakers are still talking about it on the Hill.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know about lawmakers. Which lawmakers are you talking about?
Most of the Democrats have been talking about trying to release it.
I mean, the people that you work for, the Democrats? You know you work for the Democrats, don't you? You're basically an arm of the Democrat Party. Thank you very much, everybody.
You're basically the arm of the Democrat Party. I wish President Trump would just come out and call them Democrats. I really do. Just call them Democrats, President Trump. I really would. I really do. That would just make my day. If you just go ahead and come out and call them Democrats. Maybe one day he will. He's called them evil. He's called them sick. He said that multiple times. I mean, he's one step closer. One step closer. I'm calling them Democrats. Yes, and I'm thankful that we have a president that's finally standing up for the American people and not backing down. We finally have a president that's doing that. Y'all ever play this game? Now, I saw this right before I came on there. I learned how to play this game when I was, I was probably 7 years old when I first played this game too. It was a really, really long time. Some of y'all might not even know what this game is. Y'all know what this game is? Look at the little tiny, but for those of you that don't know, it's called Battleship. That's the name of the game. You have Battleship and you have your side with the Battleship and you place them on the board and the coordinates and you call them out. I think it was letters and numbers, F13 or C6. And you put a little thing there. And if you hit it, you put a red one, contact. And so, okay. Then you have to remember. And then you put yours over there on the side over there where you hit contact over there. So you call out the next one. Look at the tiny boat. How many does it take for the tiny boat? That's the smallest boat in the game. How many does it take for the tiny boat? It's a trick question here. How many? Yep, Battleship. How many for the tiny boat? 2. 2. And liberals, I guess they never played this game. Oh, it's too violent. It's too violent. Oh my goodness, it's too violent. I will not have my little boy play that. He can play with the dolls, but he can't play that. He can't play that. Sounds about right. Does it sound about right? I mean, that's what I see. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. I mean, you know, the liberals, that's how they are. That's how they are. And they don't even hide it. Okay. So with that said, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you would please, if you haven't, let me ask again, hit the thumbs up for me. Hit the thumbs up. I see we have people on Rumble. Please hit the thumbs up on Rumble. I see we have people on YouTube. YouTube, it's like, I don't know what the difference is between YouTube and Rumble, but people on YouTube, they hit that thumbs up for some reason. Maybe someone can explain it to me. Yeah, don't seek my battleship. Kind of makes me want to go get the game. I mean, it kind of does. I bet you feel the same way. It was so much fun when I played it when I was a kid. I mean, it was hours and hours and hours I played that game, and the time just went by. You know, because we didn't have TikTok, we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have all of the technology, we didn't have all of the TV shows accessible to us. We didn't have, you know, Spotify and the music. We didn't have none of that. All we had was each other, a board game, communication. Outside, all we had was the water hose, basketball. We stayed outside, got all sweaty and everything. Didn't go home until it was time to go and when the street lights came on. That was it. We didn't have all this that we have today, keeping people game consoles inside. And then they started coming. But we had Battleship, and Battleship, there was 2 versions of the Battleship that I remember. They had the one that was electronic. That's when you had some money, you were rich, and you had those, oh, they got the electronic one, and they make the sounds, doosh. But then the one I had, you open it up and fold it open. You give your part, you get the person you're playing, they open up and they fold theirs, and you just have to call it out. Because see, when the electronic one, you put it on there, and then if it would hit, it would make the sound. That's how I remember it, make the sound. But on the ones that were manual, you could lie. You can move them over. I didn't do that. Shut up. Well, maybe I did. I don't remember. But if we play for hours and hours and hours and hours playing that game. So with that said, hey, everybody, if you would please consider supporting me, help me. I still need your help. I still need your support. If you would please go to my website, unitetheamericafirst.com. Support me, whatever you can, whatever you can. If you go to unitetheamericafirst.com/donate, you can see there's different ways you can support me there. But I am appreciative on any kind of way that you want to support me. I greatly appreciate it. I need your help to keep going. You know, because they hit me hard. They took my monetization away on Facebook, and they took it away at one point on YouTube. But I guess they kind of somewhat did take it away again, because what ended up happening was that when my YouTube that I'm on right now, when it came back, and I got my YouTube channel back, and I was able to monetize it, they crush the views on it. So they don't allow that many people to see it. Just like on my Facebook page that I'm on, it's called The Will Johnson Show on my Facebook page. Just like you see right there. That's my Facebook page called The Will Johnson Show. And when it became monetized and they allowed me to get stars and they allowed me to receive them, they crushed the reach on it. They stopped allowing people to see that I'm live. So please, if you would bless me, go to my website, unitetheamericafirst.com/donate. I would greatly appreciate it. You will be blessing me to help me continue to keep pushing forward and share information with you. Share information with you. That's what all this is about. We should be able to get the information that we want. And it should be your decision if you want to watch Will Johnson or not. But what happens is they go, well, I don't appreciate what Will Johnson is showing. I don't appreciate him showing the truth. You know, of course they don't say that, but that's what they're actually saying. And they don't appreciate it. But if you would, please, if you find it in your heart, please go to my website and support me there. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. God bless you. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And the last question I have again. Did y'all hear me? Who is protecting who? That's all I want to know. Who's protecting who? Who are the Democrats protecting? God bless you all. God bless you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening.